Welcome to Reread. We are on the fourth story arc in the X-Wing Rogue Squadron comic book series, this one called The Warrior Princess. Finally, Plor has something to do. This is why he's kept her along through all these issues because, and I should mention, Plor has been a character who's been there, who's delivered some bland dialogue. You really don't get to know her at all during the first, 12? Yeah, there's been 12 issues so far, and we really don't know anything about her. But now, here it is. It's her time to shine in a storyline where they go to a planet, or some ambassador comes to them, and then he recognizes Plor as the princess of their planet and begs her to come back because her brother is leading a group of rebels on the planet and dividing the planet between the nobles and the rebels or whatnot. And she needs, if she will come back as princess, she can restore order again. So she agrees to go to the planet to help them out. Oh, also I should mention, in the very first comic book, there's an ad, a Star Wars ad, to buy the upcoming Rogue Squadron Warrior Princess issue #1. The comic book that you're reading, there's an ad for it in its own comic book. Come on, Dark Horse. Come on. I had to do a double take. I said, what? Is that an ad for the Warrior Princess while you're reading the Warrior Princess? It's not an ad for issue #2 either. It's an issue for the, the next stunning chapter begins with Warrior Princess. Check it out in newsstands now. Well, yeah, I am, because I'm reading the book. I thought it was really dumb of Dark Horse to put that. That's just wasted ad space. Goodness gracious, who was in charge back then? A bunch of morons, it seemed like. Anyway, I should mention at the very beginning, a lot of rogues die. At the very beginning of this book, you're like, oh no, everyone's dying, what's going on? And it fooled me, because I'd forgotten about this, but there's a simulation taking place, and so no one really died. The old hook got me with that little red herring storyline there. Anyway, her brother, it turns out, the rogues get to meet him. He seems like a nice guy. He encourages his troops. Oh, and also, he's in league with the Imperial Lieutenant Tavira. I don't know how to pronounce her name. She looks like a little girl in a lieutenant's outfit. Supposedly the story, not supposedly, she even says, she gives her own backstory and says her husband was a Moff and he died mysteriously in her sleep. So she took command of the backwater planet he controlled. Okay, so she's just a little minx who got herself a Moff sugar daddy and inherited a whole little battalion. Good for you. But it goes back to Plor, and Plor says, by the way, her parents died a long time ago. It kind of gives some backstory. We're not really told they were betrayed by someone in the court, but the advisor, who she thinks it is that's not him, and she admits later on that she knows that. When did this all happen? I don't remember. It seems like it just fast forwards, and all we see is she never sees how they die, and they never say how they die either, but she keeps imagining blood on her hands as a little girl. Like that image is supposed to, haunt us or something. I don't know. Plor is, like I said, you've been reading X-Wing Rogue Squadron for 12 issues and you're still not interested in Plor. But she drops a bomb on Wedge and company and says, oh, that's not my brother. How do you know it's not your brother? My brother died years ago. How do you know that? I killed him. Oh, okay. What happened was her brother was a psycho, it turns out. He liked torturing little animals. And when Darth Vader came, he was to the planet a long time ago when they were kids. He was super happy. And then it says this, that Darth Vader took him into his room, spent hours with him, and they don't know about what. And then it shows Darth Vader have the little boy sitting in his lap while he's using the Force to make little toys fly around. I don't know, but maybe did his brother have the Force in him? What was Darth Vader doing in a boy's room for so long? Oh, and Darth Vader gave him a gift, a ring. Why? Again, did he have the Force? This makes no sense. But the would-be imposter is wearing that ring. So is he truly the brother after all? And is she mistaken? Because how she killed him? She hit him with a rock on the head and then shoved him into the bushes. Why? You could have just knocked him out. But no, she killed him. She knows. Okay, that seems kind of... You didn't shoot him in the heart with a blaster. So you just whopped him upside the head with a rock. It doesn't make any sense. So I guess we're led to believe that he is the real one. But all the while, when she confronts him at the end, she goes, you're not my brother because my brother died and you're an imposter. And by the way, Lieutenant Tavira actually reveals this to some capture rogues. The rogues are getting captured all the time, I should also mention. But she reveals to them that is a fake. And it's just that he's an Imperial agent. But he's been brainwashed to think that he is the real one. and then he's brainwashed to fall in love with me, and I don't even love him. Ah, ha, 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 ha. And soon we will combine our forces, and I will control the rebels too. Ah, ha, ha, ha. What was the point of this whole story? It really doesn't make any sense when you think about it. And Plor faces him down at the end, calls him imposter. They get into a shootout where she shoots his hand off. And it turns out that the ring that he was wearing on that hand was the thing that kind of wiped his mind clean and everything. He still doesn't know who he is now. So they're going to give, he's safe and in a hospital, and they're going to nurse him back to health, and I don't know what future he will have. But Plor decides that her life is now with her people and not with the rogues, sadly. But the rogues leave her. She said, I shall miss you all, but mostly my X-Wing. And Wedge goes, well, you may have the X-Wing. You may need it again soon. And boy, does she need it really soon. But that's a story for another time. Anyway, overall, The Warrior Princess. Ooh, this is where, I think after Battleground Tatooine, when reading this the first time, I remember thinking, oh, it's okay. Okay. And then reading Warrior Princess, like, oh, this series is going to suck. But that's okay, because the next series arc, we'll talk about next time.